Stop and listen to the noise. We are living in an era where words have never been louder. Every inbox is flooded with promises. Every feed is choked with grand plans. We have become masters of the pitch, the presentation, the prophetic declaration. We talk about the startup we're going to launch, the marathon we're going to run, the book we're going to write. We talk about it in meetings, on podcasts, and in the comments section. We chase the dopamine hit of the public announcement, believing the declaration itself equals the deed. But there is an epidemic in this culture of perpetual hype. It's the gap, the yawning chasm between the brilliant, polished pitch and the grim, quiet reality of execution. It's the difference between the glorious blueprint and the dusty, half-built foundation. We've forgotten the fundamental truth held by every master craftsman, every visionary, and every genuinely successful person throughout history. It is a philosophy that cuts through the noise like a sharp tool through soft wood. It's not flashy, but it is the bedrock of all worthwhile achievement. The principle is simple. The impact is absolute. Well done is better than well said. This quote isn't a dismissal of communication. Communication is vital, but it reprioritizes where the true value lies. Well said is potential energy. It's the promise. Well done is kinetic energy. It's the delivery. The modern temptation is to monetize the promise before the product even exists. We seek validation through verbal commitment rather than through actual achievement. We want the applause for announcing the mountain climb rather than for standing on the summit. The goal isn't merely to get something done, it's to have it well done. This demands rigor, attention to detail, and a commitment to quality that is often compromised when the focus is on speed and superficiality. The true currency of impact is not the elegance of your language. It is the integrity of your execution. It's the finished product that works, the relationship that lasts, the system that scales. It speaks a language that requires no translation, no marketing budget, and no spin. The language of proven, undeniable results. Let's look at the contrast in action. Meet Chad and Maya. Both had the same dream, to revolutionize the energy storage market. Both secured early seed funding. Chad's approach was purely verbal.
Yes, I'm telling you, this is the future. We're disrupting the legacy model with a proprietary patent-pending solution that is, frankly, unstoppable. We just need to finalize the deck for the next round. The narrative is everything.
Chad was a phenomenal speaker. He could articulate the problem and the solution with perfect rhetorical flair. He lived on social media, posting updates about his vision and his journey. His well-said promises earned him early press coverage and a high valuation based purely on potential. He got the applause. He got the hype. But the prototype kept failing. His engineers, constantly pulled into pitch meetings to support the narrative, were running on fumes and frustration. When the deadlines arrived, Chad's team presented a magnificent deck of what they were going to do. They had fantastic words. They had no functional product. Now, look at Maya. Maya was terrible at networking. She avoided panels and rarely posted online. She considered every minute spent talking about the work to be a minute stolen from the work. Her presentations were simple, data-driven, and often awkward.
As you can see, the efficiency curve passed the critical threshold 6 weeks ago. The next step is scaling the thermal regulation to meet the industrial stress test requirements by Q3.
Maya's funding didn't come from a flashy pitch. It came from a demonstration. She didn't sell the dream. She sold the undeniable working reality. She didn't waste energy on well-said hype. She invested every ounce of effort into well-done execution. Chad talked his company into existence, And then he talked it right into bankruptcy when the well-said narrative collided with the poorly executed reality. Maya, who never made a single headline in the early days, quietly built a product that changed the industry. The silence of Maya's lab was not the absence of effort. It was the focus required for mastery. The battle of well done versus well said is not just fought in the boardroom. It rages every day inside your own mind. It's the difference between the person who posts their ambitious new fitness routine versus the person who just wakes up and follows it. Think about habits. The person who publicly declares, "I'm going to meditate for an hour every day," feels a powerful rush of self-satisfaction. They've framed the goal, they've articulated the commitment, and they've already received their reward. The sense of being the kind of person who meditates for an hour a day. This is the psychological trap. The well-said declaration often serves as a substitute for the hard, unglamorous work of well-done reality. The true master of habit doesn't seek public validation. They seek internal integrity. Their work is the silent, daily delivery of the promise they made to themselves. It's the quiet 15 minutes of focus, the incremental progress, the small victory that no one else sees. In the world of talk, you are rewarded for the promise. In the real world, you are rewarded for the delivery. And the most satisfying reward is the quiet, internal confidence that comes from knowing you are a person of action, that your actions speak louder than your profile bio ever could. Why is talking about a goal so counterproductive? It's rooted in the psychological phenomenon known as social reality. When you tell people your grand plan, "I'm launching a revolutionary app," your brain registers that public acknowledgement as a form of partial completion. You've created a social reality where you are already perceived as the person doing the thing. This releases dopamine and reduces the internal urgency to actually perform the long, tedious work required. By contrast, when you operate in silence, your brain retains that necessary tension. The goal remains an internal commitment, not a social artifact. The only way to receive the reward, the validation, the sense of completion, is by doing the work itself. This is the power of the quiet performer. They retain the energy that others dissipate through conversation. They keep the pressure where it belongs, on the execution. The quiet ones aren't being secretive. They are being strategic. They are protecting the fragile flame of their motivation from being extinguished by premature public praise. To shift your philosophy from well said to well done, you need to adopt 3 simple rules of action. Rule 1. Front-load the proof. Never ask for validation without providing demonstration. If you are fundraising, bring a prototype. If you are applying for a job, show the portfolio. Let your results arrive in the room before your words do. Your well-done work is the evidence that grants your well-said pitch authority. Without the proof, the pitch is just performance. Rule 2. Master the quiet unit. The well-done person understands that big goals are just small, repeatable actions executed perfectly. Forget the 1,000-mile vision for a moment. Focus on the quiet unit of work. This hour, this task, this day. The quality of your entire project is determined by the quality of the smallest, unglamorous components you are building right now. Rule 3. Let the work speak. Stop relying on your voice as your primary marketing tool. When your work is well done, it generates its own momentum. It earns testimonials. It gains organic traction. The customer who is satisfied with your product will advocate more effectively than any advertising budget ever could. Your delivery becomes your marketing. The world is drowning in beautiful rhetoric. It is starved for actual execution. The ultimate display of confidence isn't how loudly you can announce your intentions. The ultimate display of integrity is how quietly and diligently you can complete them. Every time you choose to sit down and do the work, instead of talking about the work, you are building a better reality. You are rejecting the quick reward of empty promises for the deep, lasting satisfaction of creation. The next time you feel the urge to speak your goals into existence, pause. Take that energy. Rechannel that focus. Invest it into the tangible. Let the words be simple. Let the work be profound. Because in the long run, the applause always fades. The hype always dies down. And all that remains is the undeniable, unimpeachable quality of what you actually built. Go and build your evidence. Go and prove your worth. Go. Be well done.